Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. To get this page started, what I'm going to do is make like a house type thing with an opening door and then little trick-or-treaters and all that lovely jive. So what I did was I took and I measured this page. Mine measures out to be well, here, let's put it this way. I cut me out a sheet of 80-pound cardstock. It's 4 1/4 inches wide and 8 1/4 inches tall, because the book is 8 1/4 inches tall. But what I did was I just allowed myself about a 1/16 of an inch, or an 1/8 of an inch actually. It looks more like an 1/8, yes. So that way the book would close properly. And what I'm going to do first, before I show you what all I'm going to do this, I'm going to go in just on this side and a little bit on this side with my black marble paint, and I'm going to cover it completely over, and just like I said, a little bit on this side so it'll fill in that little gap. And I'll be right back. Alright, so now we're going to set this aside and we're going to work on this page. Now what I want to do essentially is I'm going to cut out an opening door for this page, and I'm thinking that I want to use a border, which I just have these for my border sheets at the bottom, and I know that this is roughly, or this is a 1/2 inch tall, and I think the doorway opening that I need is about 4 1/2 inches. Well, let's just see. I have this little guy here from the Dylusions Monster Mash, and what you can do is whatever image you're going to use behind the door, you can lay it there on top, put this down at the very, line it up down here, and then you can slightly measure, roughly. Let me grab my thing here to measure with, and you can get a pretty good idea how tall you need your door to be. So it looks like, well, let's set him right about there. I think I might go with 5 inches by, you don't want to go all the way over to one edge or the other. So the widest point, you measure from widest point to widest point. That is 2 3/4 inches. So let's go 3 1/4. So 5 inches by 3 1/4. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these aside for a moment. I'm going to grab my pencil. And first off, I'm going to measure my 5 inches out. Best way to do that is this way, I guess, so I can line up my bottom. Oh, I'm so sorry, that is so loud. Just kind of roughly guess, and then you want to put a mark at 1/2 inch too. I forgot about that. So let's go back over here to this one and put me a mark at 1/2 inch. Alright, and then you're going to go at those, let's see, it's 4 1/4 and I need 3 1/4, so 1/2 inch over. From there, I'm just going to go up, and then 1/2 inch over from this side, on both sides, and that's going to be your doorway opening. It's rather large actually, I may have to double check it. Okay, so actually go a little bit further in because it doesn't need to be that wide. So what I'll do, put my piece on, put this right at my widest point, and let's just go over just a little bit. So I may go over about 1/8 of an inch wider from my 2 points, and then I'll measure that and see what that ends up being. 3 inches. That'll work. Now, I know that my, let's go up here and measure 3 inches. Oops, sorry. Take these ones out so I don't get confused. Alright, so my opening is going to be 3 inches wide by 5 inches tall, or 4.5 inches tall. Am I correct? Yes. Now I'm just going to fill in those lines. Line up my 2 points, because then that should give me a pretty accurate point. I'm just going to go all the way down for the moment. Do the same thing over here. And then do my top and my bottom. Right at my 5-inch marks, and then my bottom down here at my 1/2 inch marks. Just like that. Okay, maybe a little bit off, a little bit wonky, but it doesn't matter. Erase these two. There we go. Now, set this aside for a moment. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the Doodle stencil from the Dylusions, and these here, I don't know if they're called sugar lumps or what they're called exactly, and I am just going to go around where we didn't put that little square. So let me grab I'm going to be using my Sharpie roller, and I'm just going to outline them. Alright, we're going to let that dry up for a few minutes before we do anything else to it, or before we do any coloring. But first, we need to cut the doorway. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our cutting mat, and we're going to cut the top, the bottom, and the right hand side. Then you're going to take something, anything, and hold it down and bend it up outwards on that line. side. Now I'm going to take Balmy Night, Black Marble, Slate Gray, and just water and color in my stones in the background. Okay, so what I've done was I've colored all this over, made the door look like wood grain, went in and covered this over in black marble paint, and then I went ahead and I stuck double-sided tape all the way around the back of it because that's going to be stuck onto the page. Now what we need to do is bring our book back over, and we're going to get ready to stick this down. So what we're going to do is peel the double-sided tape off of everything, put glue only where the double-sided tape is, and then stick it down. Now what I have, and I'm not sure I'm going to use them, is I had made these borders, but I thought about using them as trims around the door. So what I would have to do is put the two sides on first, kind of like so. where's the other one? Right here. Let's just go for it. Okay, now I have this guy from Monster Mash who needs to go in here. But first, I'm going to take the lemon zest and fill in this little area. Now we're going to get ready to stick him on. But for him, I have a couple other components that I'm going to stick on first. So I have this, it's actually a hat from the Walk in the Park duo, the Dylusions Walk in the Park duo. And if you set it just right on his hands, it looks like he's holding it. And then I have these 3 little candies from the Dylusions Tea Time Treats. It's a border stamp and I just cut out the little individual pieces. So what I'm thinking of doing here is just going in. I'm going to hold this here to a degree. Maybe I could go down here more. I'm just going to kind of try and cut around what would kind of be the bowl shape, like that, on that one. And then put this one over here. And do the same thing. There. And this guy's gonna go over here. And we'll roughly do the same thing on it. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll be alright. Alright, now we're gonna start sticking the little pieces down, and I may add some more here and there. Okay, so I've got the little bowl full of candy ready. Now I'm gonna stick it onto him, just like that. Alright. So now he looks like that. And now I'm going to get him stuck down inside of the door. This is what we have so far. He's so cute. And now what I want to do, I'm going to give this a little bit of time to dry, and then I'm going to outline him with my black Posca paint pen. But for the door, because once this book is closed for so long, this door will stay down. So what I took was, this is from the cat and eye set, the Dylusions the cat and eye, and it usually has a tail on, but I just snipped the tail off and I colored over it with black marble, and then I backed it with the Dylusions cardstock, and I'm just going to place it right here at the edge of the door, kind of like he's just sitting there, halfway on the frame, halfway off. But how I'm going to do it is I'm only going to put half of it on. So that way, and I just need a little bit to be able to pick it up with my nail or my finger. So I get it where I want it to go. Somewhere like that. And I'm gonna take my pencil and mark where I need to put my double-sided tape. And it only needs to go on this side, the side that's gonna stick down to the door. So I'm gonna do that really quick and get that stuck on. And then I have this little eyeball from the Monster Mash thing that I thought I would just put on the door, and I might turn it into a little eyeball door knocker. I'm going to stick that on really quick. Now we're going to move this aside because the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to take, this is just one of the Black Dylusions journals, and I took the seam out because I have a couple trick-or-treaters. I have got, these are from the Mischievous Malcolm set, and this has usually got 8 little legs like a spider of some sort, but he is just going to go on top as a little mask for him. And then I have this is from the Dylusions Monster Mash, and he's usually got little silly legs on, but I cut those off because I wanted to use these little legs, and these are from the Everything Stops for Tea, the one with the little teapots on. So that's gonna go there. Just something along those lines. And then you can't be trick-or-treaters without trick-or-treating bags, so these are from the Night on the Town, the Dylusions Night on the Town duo, and they're the little purses. I just cut the little clasp off, so we're going to give him that one, and he can have this one. And all I did was I cut a little slit under his hand so I could stick it in there like that. I'm going to stick those down, then I'm going to cut around them because I want them to be mounted onto this black cardstock. So this is what we have. Now I only went in and cut around the top side, so that way whatever tag I put in, you'll be able to see whatever. And the idea with this is we're just going to put double-sided tape across the bottom and down the side and down this side. Alright, now the next step. I just went in and I wrote Happy and Halloween, and it ended up being, let's see, this one is 4 inches by 3/4 inches, and then this one is 2.5 inches by 3/4 inches. And my plan is to turn them into little banners. I'm going to put them here and make them little banners. So what I also did was I cut me out 4 little rectangles that are, oh my goodness, 3/4 inches by 7/8 inch. And to do that, what I have to do is put these like so. What you're going to do is you're going to lay out your banner the way you want it, roughly. I'm going to cut it in half and stick it down, you know. But then you take and you bring it down just a little bit here. And the same thing over here. It don't need to be too, something along those lines. And then what you're going to do is, that might be a little bit too deep. So I'd say probably, I'm not sure, maybe 1/4 of an inch here. And what I like to do is I like to just mark all the way around it with my pencil, and then from this bottom corner here up to the corner of that banner, I just do this. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So we'll go ahead and mark my outline here, and then something kind of like that. And then you just need to go in and make a little triangular from center out, like so. And then take your scissors and snip out that little triangle there and there. And you can use that one as a guide for all the rest of them if you want. Okay. Now let's do the same thing here. About there. This just allows me to put it back where it goes. I'm going to draw that line down there. And over here. Alright. Now I'm going to get ready to get these stuck down. Okay, so now, just for giggles, I have these two border pieces that I'm going to stick on top and bottom. And that's going to also help hold this down and this down. So let's do that really quick. Alright, now I'm going to go in and I want to color my Happy Halloween sign. So I'm going to grab my Island Parrot and my Dirty Martini, and I'm just going to color them all in. So lastly, I have this piece. It is 6 3/4 inches wide by 3 1/4 inches tall, because I'm going to turn it into a 6-piece or 6-spot place for my photos, for my trick-or-treaters and my grandpuppies, which I am going to take. So I'm going to take a tag, and that'll be back there for me to be able to write on. And then this, what I want to do is I'm going to go in each little section and I'm going to do a border. There we go. So for this, I might even take and stick it on here, but first I want to color it in. What I'm going to do with these, I'm going to take a few colors here. I'm going to take the orange, the green, and the purple, and every other one is going to get a color. And now to decide, do I want to stick that there? I think I do. So I'm going to cover this over in black paint really fast. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this right down on here. So that way I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll have 5 places to stick photos. And then I can write in the back. So let's do that really quick. And that is it, guys. That is my page for my Halloween. It's just a cutesy little page, and you know, you have this little area here you can open up and there's somebody passing out candy to the trick-or-treaters. And then back here is where I made it where it's a little hidden tuck spot, and you have room that you can either write or put pictures on, which is what I'm going to do, of my littles and whatnot. And then I'm going to write on the back of here. So I hope there is something in this page that gives you some kind of inspiration for your Halloween pages. Who knows? I hope everyone had a safe and fun Halloween. And if you liked the video, please give it a like. And I thank you so very much for watching. Until the next time, I hope you stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.